Hey, it's Curly, and today we're going to take a quick look at the new G selection decks that have been released in Vanguard 0. It's been a while since I've done one of these tutorial type videos, but let's go ahead and take a look how these work. I believe, is it in page gems? No, it is. I think it's just straight up the decks here. So unlike the structured super decks or whatever they were called, unlike the super decks here, which you use a super deck coin to actually be able to get, then we've got the upgraded G special deck, which comes with a G deck, a stride deck that you can use. They've also added in new G special decks for the clan events that have happened. So Great Nature, Mega Colony has gotten a deck as well, and there was Nova Grappler one, there's an Arakami one, which is kind of nice. In addition to those, they've also added in now these G selection decks, which instead of buying them, or I should say exchanging them with a token, what you do is you use gems, which is good and bad. It lets anyone be able to get these, not just free-to-play players or brand new players, but it also means you have to fork over basically 3,000 gems in order to get this. But you can also get them at least twice, so it's not the worst thing in the world. As a new player, you have just about, I think I've done it, it's like about 6,000 gems or something like that to your disposal, maybe I think more. So you can very easily get 2 of these once you do while you're ranking up. If you're not a new player and you've already used up all those gems, then this is going to be a little bit tough for you. But let's actually take a look at these decks. I haven't looked into these much aside from like maybe the first 3. First up, we've got ourselves here Gear Chronicle, and as you can probably already imagine, these are just upgraded versions of the previous G special decks. I keep messing up the naming. So they just have the newer cards. Of course, it doesn't have the newest cards, and that's probably what's going to make a difference between a lot of these decks, whether or not they're good or not. So we'll give them a score of good to get or not good to get. Pretty simple as that. And that's all, of course, depending on whether you want to play the deck or not. For Gear Chronicle, it's a little bit tricky because these cards are decent. You do get the PG that's being played right now, which is this one here. You do get a lot of essentials like Stride Fodder. You get 3 copies of the old Chrono Jet, which I don't think they play anymore. You get 4 of the second Chrono Jet, which they kind of sometimes play. You also get the Tiger. You also get your GR and the Groovy, which I don't think they actually play. You also get the Metallica Phoenix, which again, I don't think they play. So in terms of the GRs, the deck is not very good. You do have some of the other strides that the deck has used, but right now they run a completely different build. So if you're expecting to play modern day gears, I don't think anything here is useful other than the PGs, maybe the Chrono Jet G, and I think they play like the Mystery Flare I've seen in some list. They play the Huang Long, and I've seen some of them play this. And that's about it. I don't think they can play Gear Groovy. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. So this one you might think is a don't get, but it actually has pretty good cards. Gear Chronicle has a really wide range of cards here, and I think you can build a pretty good deck just based on this and then upgrade to the other stuff, which are really harder to get. So I'm going to give this, go ahead and get it if you want to play Gear Chronicle. Just keep in mind, it doesn't have the Gear Chronicle deck that you're probably going to get beat up. That's probably going to beat you up in the ladder, but next up, we have Royal Paladin. This one I think is actually pretty solid, because they actually give you like 2 of this, which I think the Sonic Ball, but I think they only actually play like 2 or 3 of these anyways. It gives you this PG, which I think they actually do play this PG, which is nice. You get a full set of that. You get the Stride Fodder, which is very nice. They still play 4 of this, so it's nice that the deck actually includes 4 of it, which is really nice. I believe they still play the Benazil, and the Knight of Fragment I think they dropped. I don't know which of the old miles they play. I feel like they play the first alt mile and the new one. That I'm not too sure of. And then the G zone's actually not half bad because you do get access to some pretty good GRs. So you get 2 Luminous Dragons here, and you get 2 of the Brave Fencer. So that's pretty good. You also get the Gap Blade, so you're gonna have to dig into the old sets to get it. So this one I think is very good. A lot of the cards carry over into modern day Royal Paladin. In general, the cards you get out of these are pretty good value, especially the GRs. So this one's very good. Let's take a quick look at Great Nature here, or sorry, Neo Nectar, which is kind of a weird one because I have not played Neo Nectar in a long time. And this one's interesting because they actually give you 4 of the old Asha, whereas the other 2 only gave you 3 of the old, or the very first version. If we just look at the G zone, it's not great. I think some of them actually play this. I don't know if you actually need 4 of them, but you do get this, which I don't know if they actually play this as well. You do get 2 of it, which is nice, and you get 1 of this, which again, they might only play 1 of them. I don't even know if they play the Primavera anymore. Other than that, everything else is pretty standard. You do get your 3s, your Strife Fodders. I don't think they use P anymore. I don't think they use this PG. They use the other PG, and they do use this. So this one's fine. If you obviously want to play Neo Nectar, you can get it. But you might be better off just crafting the things that you need. I don't know if Blue Asha even uses the older Ashas. Again, I'm not too sure. So I might just give this one a thumbs down, just because I don't think any of these strides are really used aside from this one. I think they have other strides which are maybe harder to get. It's not as easy as Gear Chronicle, where I can say you can use this and make it to work with the current pool, because Neo Nectar, after the hit with Thria and Jingle Flower, it just really has not been able to see anything. I still think the deck should be, the client should be able to do well, because it has a lot of support and whatnot, but just has not been able to. Next up, we have Shadow Paladins here, which is actually going to be Luard, which is good. It's not Clarence Sword like they did for the special deck. Judging from the G zone, you're actually not bad. It does suck that they, oh no, this is only, okay, I thought this had the G flip itself. So actually no, this G zone is actually really solid, because you do use this stuff. You can still make use of this stuff, which is pretty good. All the other stuff is kind of whatever. I've seen them sometimes go into this, but I don't think that's really used. So this is fine. You get the Luard, 4 of them, which is okay. You get 1 Claret Sword, which is fine, you know, because you can search that out with the Star Fodder, so 1 of them is fine. They didn't include the new Lord because he just came out, but you do get 4 of the Owls, which are really good because that's played a lot in the deck. You get 3 Nemains, as well as the Morfessa, which is very good. This is very good. If you want to play Shadows, this is a very good starting set for Shadows. You get just about everything that you need to play nowadays. It even gives you 4 copies of the PG, which is very good. This is great. Thumbs up. Very good. You really just need to upgrade like the GRs and stuff with the new ones, and maybe the new Lord and stuff, but in general, I think that's a very solid start. Gear Groovy is okay, not the best, but in a mirror match, it can come in clutch, yeah. So that's why I said, I don't know, I don't think I've seen them use it, but the Neo Nectar used to have Jingle 3, yeah, I think it still does. It's just, this is the new version. So if you go down to the special deck, unless they removed it, yeah, it still has Jingle 3, you just can't use them together. Let's go back to Gold Paladins. This right off the top is looking really good. My god. It's funny because Gold Paladins haven't really received a crazy wave of support, so this is actually solid. Right off the top, I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. This has a lot of things. The only things you're missing is the first Gurgrit stride, which might not even be that needed, because this is really your first stride, and then you just go into the Glorious Reigning. If you get 2 of this deck, that's really good because you just have so many good cards. Yeah, because these GRs are good. You get full copies of all the Gurgrits, which is really good. You even get the dog, which is really good. All of this is really good. You get 3 of this, which is great. You get 4 of the Resist Girl, which is great. You get only 2 of this, which is fine. That's double rare. You even get the card that I've seen some random users playing. You get the PG, which is the PG that they're still using right now, which is really good. This guy is pretty solid. And you also get the Stride Fodder, which is nice. This I don't think anyone uses, so this is kind of whatever. So this is definitely a thumbs up. If you want to play Gold Paladins, or just in general, if you want a selection deck to pick, this one's a pretty good one. Gold Paladins in general are also relatively good if you can get, you know, the GRs for it. Everything else is relatively easy to get, and they're not in like multiple boxes. I think they only have like 2 waves of support or something like that really matter. So not half bad. Next up is Angel Feather, which let's see how this goes. So right off the top, we'll do it in reverse. We got the good PGs, which is good. You got this, which we don't play, but they only give you 2, which is fine. You get 3 of the Stride Fodder, which is decent. You get some no CLs, which is pretty good, so you don't have to worry about crafting those. We don't use that because we need our soul. You get 4 of this, which is cool. You don't get any of the Pegasus, which sucks because I think that's a newer card. And you don't get any of the main grade 2, the one that calls herself out from damage when you attack with rescue. So that's a bit unfortunate. You do get the Harut, but I don't think we play Harut anymore. You get the Bomber Nurse instead, who is quote-unquote budget Danielle, who whenever you put, I think, something from damage to drop or something like that, or the other way where you put something from anywhere into your damage zone, you can Counter Blast 2 to call her out. But that will get replaced with the other cards that I was talking about. For the grade 3s, you get 3 of this, which is really nice. And you also, this Pegasus doesn't matter, but you do get 4 of the Gabriel, which is good. For the G zone, it's actually pretty decent. You get 2 of these. You only need 2 of these. And then you get 2 of this, which is good. The Black Seraph, Gabriel. 2 of this is decent, right? If you can get this and the first, if you can use your first token to get yourself the G special deck for Angel Feather and get yourself 2 of these, you'd be in a pretty good spot. And then try and get the other GR, but the other GR is not super necessary. So this is actually good. It's actually good. Considering Angels is very hard to build because it's very high rarity, because there's a thumb up. You play Harut, she's quite effective. I just feel like she's not as good now that you have the other grade 2. There's a grade 2 that's really good, that it when something with rescue attacks, you can call it out and you can keep looping it and get so many attacks with that card. And since Harut doesn't have rescue and she has to boost and stuff, she gets a little clunky, at least the way that I've been playing the deck. Let's take a look at Kagero here. We'll start with the GRs. The GRs are actually, or the Stride deck is actually pretty good. What is this? Who's this fella? Hits, Soul Blast, retire, all in the same column. Alright, that's fine, I guess. This is like a budget Root Flare. It's just in battle. That's okay. Actually, no, this isn't good. Never mind. Because if it's in battle, you have to hit a Vanguard. Never mind. This isn't very good at all. But you do get 2 of this, which is fine. You get 2 of this, which is fine. So G-Zone's okay. They give you 3 Overlord, which is kind of funny. They give you 4 of each Blade Master, which is really good. Cool. They give you 4 of these, which is good. And you get yourself 4 of the Nadal. So this is actually pretty good. It's a little, I want to say outdated. I can't believe they actually had the nerve to throw in the stuff they went from set 1. That's a common. I want to give this one a thumbs up, but I don't know what Kagero does now other than Overlord with the new Overlord stuff. I don't know what Blade Master does. I feel like Blade Master is not very good just because Overlord overshadows it completely. But I still think Blade Master must be good. And this is basically all the cards you would play in Overlord, right? For the most part. So yeah, this gets a good thumbs up. The only other thing is that you have to get maybe more of these. Mainly you need to get the stupid Novell is the only thing you're really missing, and you'll be fine. So yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. All these are pretty good so far. We got here Nubtama, who I think, yeah, so there's a third Shurinuri, but this gives you the first two, which is pretty cool. Gives you some good GRs. So these two of these and two of these are really good. So right off the bat, that makes this really good. They actually do play these, which is not half bad to have. And this is a pretty decent stride. That's really annoying. You get 4 of these, or 3 of these, which is nice. You get 4 of this, which I think they still play at max. This, I think they also play at max. You also get the stride fodder. I don't know if they play this PG. And this is the guy that gets power, right? Yeah. So this is actually good as well. This is pretty good, especially if you want a deck that is very good. I think this just about out the box you can play. There's obviously some upgrades, but I think this is the most up-to-date of all of the G selection decks. So if you want something that's the most up-to-date, you can select this. Because Nubtama just got support very recently. So a lot of these cards are very new and also very strong. And also, of course, there is room for updates as well. I can literally go to hell. Yeah, they can. They really can. Next up, we have Link Joker, my least favorite clan by... if you couldn't tell from all the missing cards here. This one's not looking too good. Let's take a look at the G-Zone. That's that. You get 2 of the Chaos Universe. You get the old Chaos Breaker Dragon. There's a new one, right? Close. So I don't even give you that. You do get this. And they give you Madu for some reason. They give you the Big Crunch, which maybe they still use. They give you the Infinite Zero and then the Garnet Star, which aren't bad because, you know, Proton is still good. This I'm 100% sure is not played anymore. You do get the PG out of it, and then this is the Soul Charge Counter Charge Girl, right? So this one I'm just gonna say no. Because it gives you a lot of stuff that I don't like. I guess if you really wanted to try out Link Joker, it's fine. It'll work for the most part, but there's just a lot of cards that are missing that you would have to get. Link Joker is kind of difficult to get, and this barely gives you a starting point, I think. So I don't know. Bing Crunch is good, or Bing Crunch is not used in monitoring Star Raiders or Messiahs. Yeah, I feel like they have. I feel like they can maybe squeeze in 2, but I feel like they have way better options right now. Because the only thing I think this does is that this gets through resist, but I don't know if it really matters. Yeah, so this one gets a thumb down. Don't get that one. And then we got ourselves the Dark Irregulars one. This one is pretty good, pretty damn good. Yeah, because you get 2 of the Blurred Mouse, which is great. You get this guy, which is great. You get this, which is great. These 2 are really good cheap strides, so that's really good. This is something you will never go into. You get 4 of the Chariot, which is really solid. This card is really good. I love her. I don't know if she's really playable anymore, but hey, maybe in like some sort of budget realm she might be. You get 2 of the, you get 4 of the second Shoto. None of the first Shoto, which is a little confusing. I guess the Chariot is better than the first Chariot, so that's fine. You get 2 Gwyn the Reapers, which is just about the most you'll need, so that's cool. You also get your Executioner. Succubus is good, solid card. You get Tragic Claw, which I really don't like. But most importantly, you get yourself 3 Were Tigers, and you get yourself Edge and Darkness. That's very good. I like that a lot. That is very good. As well as the PG. I think I'll have to give this a thumbs up. You can definitely upgrade it, and there are things missing, so it's kind of like the low end thumbs up, but it's pretty good value just from the Were Tigers, Edge and Darkness, the Chariots that you can play, and the G-Zone. Because no one really plays the DI, not gonna lie. They are a rare species. Hello? Me? I play DI. I have like maybe the only 2 deck profiles on DI on all of YouTube for Vanguard 0, I think. I don't know, that's a bold claim to make. All right, let's take a look at Pale Moon here. So Pale Moon, they gave you this PG, which is good. They gave you 4 of the Betty, which is good. They gave you just 1 of the Cutie. I gave you 4 of the Stride Fodder. Okay. They gave you 3 of this, only 2 of the Juggler, which sucks. But if you have the other one, you have all of these cards. They gave you 4 of the Paraton, which I would have rather 3, but they did give you 4 of the Dark Side Princess, which is really good. They gave you 4 of the new Harry, which is really good, as well as 4 of the old one. More importantly, they gave you this girl, which is really good, and they even gave you this. And you get 2 of these, as well as this Stride. This is an instant thumbs up right away. All of this is very good. You even get the old Stride that you can go into until you get more copies of this, because it does just about the same thing, just 1 more counterblast and removes some stuff from your opponent's board. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of overlap from the first one, so they tried to like keep that in mind. I see. If you got the old one, you can still get this and get the crafting materials for it, but that one's very good. So far, not a lot of stinkers here. It looks like my list minus the Janet. Yeah, like it's basically almost right at the box. You can use that. Obviously, for a lot of these, you want to have more copies of the GRs, but that one was basically out the box. That and I think Gold Paladin were the best ones. Gold Paladin, Nubtama, and Pale Moon so far are the best ones that you can just pretty much play out the box almost. For Granblue, this is kind of looking pretty good. I don't know who the hell this is. But you do get, unfortunately, only 3 of the first Night Rolls, which seems unnecessary. You do get 4 of the Night Storm, who's getting a buff next month, so that's kind of nice to have. You get, so I have 2 of these. I just have them SP, so it doesn't show that I have it, because I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. So you get 2 of the Night Rolls of each of the GRs, which is pretty good. You get this guy, which is very good. And you even get this. So G-Zone's looking really solid. Grade 3s is solid. Grade 2s, they could have done a better job. I don't know why they gave you so many of these. They could have given you 4 of these. Even 4 of these. Not that we play a lot of those, but that would have been better. And I would have rathered 4 of this Cannoneer, even, but even though you only play like 2 of them. You do get at least 4 of the Necro Bone. So again, this is solid. I wouldn't recommend it because Granblue is kind of a not a great spot right now. So I'll give it a thumbs up, but it is a good one. It's a good one, especially if you know how to play Granblue and stuff. But I would not recommend it, just because of the way Granblue is, and because you definitely want 4 of these. I guess they did give you 3. I thought it was only 2, but still. Let's take a look at Bermuda Triangle and see what they gave you here. They gave you Cho-Cho, or how I'm supposed to say it is Choo-Choo, or something like that. None of those sound right to me. I don't know anything about this deck, so we're just gonna base it just based on the GRs, or the Stride deck, and it's not looking great. You do get the Spica, 4 of that, which is really nice. Other than that, I don't know which cards of these are really important. This is actually decent, so I'm gonna give this a thumbs down. It doesn't really give you enough of the generic stuff. You really just get Spica and Olivia out of this, which is good value, but that's about it. I don't think any of this other stuff is reusable in any other Bermuda deck, aside from like this girl as well, and maybe some of the other Strides. And I think the last one we have here, yeah, is Aqua Force here. The only thing you need for Pale Moon is 2 Carnivorous Megatrick Piranha. You do not, nah, you don't need that. You just need, Pale Moon is so obnoxious, which is why I kind of stopped playing it in this game, because it's so one note. You just need 4 of this. That's all you need. That's it. 4 of this, and you'll win the game. You can play 1 of these. You can play 2 of the Lunatic, but you really don't need it. You just need 4 of this, and then maybe 1 of this, and that's it. You're just gonna go into that twice, and your opponent's gonna be dead, or you're gonna be dead. Right, and then the Piranha, she doesn't do anything. She's not very good, because all she does is lets you That's not her, right? Yeah, no. All she does is like when something goes back with Magia, you can call it out, or you can not call it out, you can leave it on board, but you really don't want to do that, to be honest, because you just want to have everything go back in, take the hits to the face, you can get a counter blast, and then next turn blow your opponent out. But let's take it to the last one here. Aqua Force, which is not going to give you the Nubtama. Ooh, that's unfortunate. It gives you 3 Glory Maelstrom for whatever reason. I feel like a lot of this is outdated as well, and they really did not give you any Lambros either. Wow. Yeah, this might be one of the worst ones, I think. Like, 2 of this is fine, but that's really the only saving grace here. Well, so this is a super thumbs down. Wow, kind of disappointed in the Aqua Force one. Not even for guarding. Sorry, the chat's a little delayed. So for the Prana, because the thing with Prana is that you can't do anything with it that turn. Because she doesn't, I don't think she has any actual useful effects defensively, and Pale Moon is just, you can push your opponent from 1 to game or 5 right away, so you really don't need that like slowdown and pace. And for like defensive, you can even call out PGs and then return them to hand with the starter. So that's really the only defenses that you can muster in that deck. You could also use, if you want to play more defensively, you can use the turtle. Can't believe I'm forgetting his name. It used to be like my one of my favorite cards. Dreamy Fortress. You can use Dreamy Fortress and also incorporate Purple Trapezist to like disable Magia and stuff and reset columns. But anyways, sorry, got into a tangent about Pale Moon. So to sum things up for the G selection decks, Gear Chronicle, good. Royal Paladin, good. Neo Nectar, we said no. Shadow Paladin, good. Highly recommend. Gold Paladin, good. Highly recommend. Angel Feather, good. Kagero, I might have said good, but I'm gonna give it.
No!
Well, we'll say good. We'll say good, because I think Blade Master is still fine. Nubtama, good. Highly recommend. Those top 3 I recommend. Gold, Nubtama, and Shadow Paladin. Those are really good. Link Joker, no. Dark Irregulars, good. Pale Moon, good. Yeah, good. Granblue, no. Bermuda, no. Aqua Force, no. And that's about it. And you know, that'll do it. We'll see if we can do a couple more of these zero tutorials like videos in the future, even though this wasn't so much of a tutorial. But till next time, take care of yourself, play Vanguard, and have yourself a damn good one.